Sundays, I like to just figure out what I want to eat and then Google best whatever. Best pancake, best chicken, best salad, best whatever the hell it is that I want. I want to know what the best is, and I want to know where I can go eat it. I love that. The interwebs is so cool for that. I love being able to get knowledge at your fingertips. I love knowing exactly how long it's going to take me to get there given the traffic. All of that is freaking fantastic and wonderful. But one thing that digital media does, Facebook, Google, all of the above, is it brings people together that think alike. Now, that, too, in some ways, is incredibly valuable. Look, people that feel alone, I don't know, maybe a gay kid in a small town that gets his ass kicked on a regular basis. Maybe he finds companionship on the internet that makes him feel less alone, more secure, more okay with himself or herself. You ever watch that documentary on bronies? The guys that are into My Little Ponies? The internet has managed to connect them to other people that make them feel at home, comfortable with themselves, when they've been they've been cast out by a lot of their friends and family because they have this particular interest. Not one which I understand, but man, wouldn't it be horrible if you liked a specific cartoon? You really got a lot out of it. And for whatever the hell reason, that made you an outcast. That made people throw things at your car because of the decals on it. Watch that documentary. It's an interesting one. And the internet being able to connect people like that to one another, well, I do believe there's value in that. Also, harebrained people that believe the craziest, most radical, most extreme ideologies, whether it's on the far Christian right or whether it's on the ISIS beheady side of the spectrum, completely the other opposite end of the room. Whatever the case may be, all you got to do is go online and you can find lots of people that agree with you, no matter what the hell it is you think. And what's interesting is the internet. The internet was supposed to be this thing that was supposed to bridge gaps of understanding, bring people as a whole closer together. And now, because everything's so predictive, because Google wants to connect you with things and people that are exactly like you, so you purchase stuff, you're being put in a room full of people, essentially, that think exactly the way you do. And that's kind of boring. With all this emphasis being placed on being an individual, being connected to a room full of people, being put in touch with a room full of people that keep you in this bubble, keep you in this area where your mind isn't thinking, it isn't learning, it isn't understanding beyond a person's experience who is basically the exact same as you. Well, you're not really growing a whole lot as a result of it, are you? No, you're not. So I would encourage you to seek out people that you maybe don't agree with. I would encourage you to maybe talk to people whose ideologies are a little different than yours and celebrate those differences and realize that they are what makes us as a species great. And we can't let Google, as nifty as it is, take that away from us. Too much agreement kills a chat. Eldridge Cleaver.
This is the 80s Show on iHeartRadio.
Let's start the show. Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go. Say ho, ho. Say ho, whoa, ho, whoa. Let's start the show. Let's start the show. Let's start the show. Let's start the show.
Alrighty then, Funkhauser. It being what day is it? Wednesday? It's only Wednesday. I call BS on that. Still waiting for the. Hold on, wait. Still waiting for the sweet, sweet Pango bye-bye juice known as coffee to kick in.
Do you have a trash barrel full of coffee this morning?
You know what? I have various receptacles of coffee that I use to hold my coffee in the morning. And last night I left my barrel-sized coffee receptacle in the car. And so I had no choice but to use a more sensible size container for my morning coffee. So rather than having a trough, I've got just, I don't know, standard. I suppose looking at this would be a venti. In fact, I believe, you know what? This is my most used Christmas gift of the year so far to date. My boss got me, thank you for all your hard work, got me a Starbucks coffee, like a gift certificate to Starbucks, which is actually really, really nice because Starbucks is, you know, I mean, it is what it is, but it's an indulgence. You know, $5 for a cup of coffee. Come on. But if you get a gift certificate to Starbucks, you go there and you enjoy the radically overpriced coffee without a sense of guilt. So that's kind of cool. But I got like a thermos. What do you call them? Those metal cups that keep things warm or cold. Is there a name for that?
I think you got it. Thermos?
Thermos? A thermos cup? Whatever. But it is exactly the size of a venti from Starbucks. So today I'm rolling rather than with the trough with a very sensible sized venti. So yay me. Good for moderation. Let's, you know what? We have a lot to talk about today. A lot I wanted to get into. We're going to talk about reverse racism. And we're going to talk about white appreciation. Did you see that guy? That dude that ran that restaurant in Colorado? Wanted to have White Appreciation Day. What does that involve? Well, he feels like all Americans should be honored. There's something very interesting about this guy, though. Not white, yet he still received bomb threats over this. We'll get into it shortly.
Rolling up in H-Town, always hot enough to do it with the top down. Cool breeze, palm trees, tonight it's all good in the 713. Whoa, 713, whoa, 713, whoa, 713. I live in 212, now live in 713. Well, here I am with the H-Town jam. Came to the city with a master plan. H-Town is my home wherever I'm at home. I return to the land of the Astrodome. People call like ice by TV Johnny. Treat you the same if you don't got money. Don't hardly ever gonna look at you funny. 8 days out of 10, it is always sunny. 7 to the 1, 1 to the 2. Come on everybody, rep the city for me. 7 to the 1, 1 to the 2. Come on everybody, rep the city for me. Whoa, 713, whoa, 713, whoa, 713. I live in 212, now live in 713. Whoa, 713, whoa, 713, whoa, 713. I live in 212, now live in 713. Well, it's a punk ass kid from the 212. From New York City, so gritty, I'm steady coming at you. But I got a south of my mouth, I immigrated, I made it. And in the H I can shine, in NYC I was faded. New York to H-Town is a move I made. East Coast to Third Coast, and I'm glad I stayed. New York, that's where all my dues were paid. But now in H-Town, I got it made. 7 to the 1, 1 to the 2. Come on everybody, rep the city for me. 7 to the 1, 1 to the 2. Come on everybody, rep the city for me. Whoa, 713, whoa, 713, whoa, 713. I live in 212, now live in 713. Whoa, 713, whoa, 713, whoa, 713. I live in 212, now live in 713. Whoa. Come on everybody, rep the city for me. 7 to the 1, 1 to the 3. Come on everybody, rep the city for me. Whoa, 713, whoa, 713, whoa, 713. I live in 212, now live in 713. Whoa. Back once again, the ill behavior, delivering and giving your music a savior. Back once again, it's your boy AD, and can't nobody rock a body better than me. Back once again, the ill behavior, delivering and giving your music a savior. Back once again, it's your boy AD, and can't nobody rock a body better than me. Hey, you, what's that sound? I'm coming so loud from your radio dial. ADB, get it down when you're rocking the jams. Here I am, going back once again. I'm ruling all city like a
White Appreciation Day. It's a thing, or it was going to be a thing until the bomb threats set in at, I think it's called the Rubbin' Butts Barbecue Restaurant. So cool. Their logo is like two pigs rubbing their butts together. It's cool. It's an interesting concept. And it was another interesting concept that they came up with when they came across the idea of White Appreciation Day. Yep, this was a thing. What's very interesting about White Appreciation Day was it was organized by the owner of the Rub and Butts restaurant, who, not white, Hispanic. Yet he still got bomb threats. We're going to talk about that. We're going to discuss whether it was a good idea to have White Appreciation Day and if he's being unfairly chastised for it. We're also going to talk about the reverse racism that has been taking place in, what would you call it? I don't want to sound like Rush Limbaugh, but the reverse racism in Hollywood is just, but it's apparently very true on that show Empire. The director, producer, and writer Lee Daniels, one of the leading voices of black people in entertainment, thanks to movies like Precious and The Butler and the show Empire, has gone on the record saying his success is due to lack of diversity and reverse racism. He seems to be getting away with it. That seems to be a thing. That seems to be okay. And yet, a celebratory day for white people in Colorado at a restaurant wound up resulting in bomb threats. We'll compare and contrast these two situations. And by the way, for the record, White Appreciation Day to me is stupid. It's dumb. But pride in winning some sort of genetic lottery is also stupid. You have pride in something, it should be something that you achieved, something that you can hang your hat on, something that you can step back and go, I did that. Not the fact that your two parents did it when they did it, so they had you, and you wound up being a specific color. It's not really something that, if you hang your hat on that, then you're a loser of such epic and shameful proportions that you really need to take a severe look at your life. And we'll get into all of this in just a little bit. Right now, though, let's you and I look at the events of today in our segment, My Witness News. Good news today, Funkhauser.
Yes,
in
good
no way,
morning.
in no way, shape, or form fair. Certainly not balanced. Funkhauser, how are you, and what's going on in the world?
I'm doing great. 80 on the radio news time, 9:18. There you go, Concept. Now shut your face.
Yeah, Concept emailed me to say he'd been listening to the show.
He's an avid listener, I hear.
Mm-mm.
He's all up on that.
Yeah, we got to get him back on the show. I think we're going to have Concept 714, the figurehead, the host, the creator of the #1 hip-hop podcast on the internet.
When are you going to go on
Up.
his show?
I don't know if I'm allowed to. Like, no, seriously, I really don't. Like, anytime you do any kind of press working for this company, you have to get permission signed in triplicate. I'm sure it'll be fine, but it's one of those things where you have to actually get your boss to respond to you on it. And, like, their list of priorities is like, hey, can I go on another person's podcast? It's like, wait, remember when you wanted me to go on the Porny radio station?
Yeah, I had to get a doctor's letter.
Yeah,
Can we do that yet? Are we still hosed on it?
Case in point, I submitted the request about a month and a half ago. Still haven't heard anything about it. So yeah, I would love to go on Wake the Flock Up, but being the large, powerful broadcast company that we are something of a super tanker, meaning it takes us forever to make a little turn to the left or the right. So, I will. I look forward to going. I look forward to being able to do anything. But I don't hold my breath in terms of getting permission to go do that. Until then, I'll just continue to grind it out here. All right, then.
I look forward to being able to do anything.
Yeah. One day I'll be able to do. One day I'll be able to do something. Maybe even a couple of things. But until then, here we are.
Yes. Well, happy birthday, Lena Dunham. She turns 29 today.
If you're buying her a gift, I would suggest that you don't waste your money on clothing. She's made a career out of bad naked. Like, Lena Dunham is not, the disgusting pig that everybody paints her to be. She's kind of easy on the eyes in the right light. But whenever she's naked on that show, Girls, she always takes extra care, being the creator of the show, and I think the director of the show in a lot of cases, to always be in the wrong light, if you will. She's like, okay, am I hunched over, coughing in the most, are like all my fat rolls, shaded properly so you can really see all of them? Like, everyone thinks she's absolutely revolting, and she's really, really not, but she plays up the ugly thing on the show by catching herself in consistently the least flattering, most awkward lights. And not just, light in the light in the metaphorical sense.
Take that, Daddy.
Yeah. Not just unflattering light in a metaphorical sense, unflattering.